Vietnamese intelligence officer, the man who took on the entire CIA. Major Nguyen Van Thorn, a Vietnamese intelligence officer, never bowed to his enemies. Even after enduring relentless torture, from bribes with money and luxury to 6 brutal amputations, he refused to reveal revolutionary secrets. His unbreakable will made a U.S. officer say, "You are made of steel. We have lost." Betrayal. February 10th, 1969. The midday sun scorched the red dirt road. My canvas bag hung by my side as I walked quickly. This trip was a critical link before I was to return north. Every step, every turn calculated. Suddenly, by the roadside, a man appeared. His gaze was long, cold, like a blade stabbing into me. I knew him instantly. Jen Ka, once among us, now a traitor. Before I could react, the sound of roaring engines grew. Dust filled the air. American and South Korean troops emerged. The blade of fate was at my throat. The Saigon Mansion, a velvet trap. After a night of failed interrogation, they took me to a sprawling mansion in Saigon. White walls, black iron gates, a garden full of crimson roses like fresh blood. A tall American officer stepped out, his hair slick, smile polite, but eyes sharp as knives. "Mr. Thorn, how are you feeling?" I stayed silent. He placed a check on the table. $100,000 US. This house, this car, the rank of lieutenant colonel, all yours. Just cooperate. I said nothing. Then she entered. Thuong, eyes that smiled, black silk hair, a voice like honey. She spoke of travels, of life abroad. "We'll go to Canada, Europe, even socialist countries. I just want to be with you." But in my mind, I repeated the same line. Name, Nguyen Trong Han, a deserter, family killed in a raid, nothing else. On the 99th day, she stopped smiling, whispered, "They know you are Nguyen Van Thorn. If you don't listen, they will destroy the legs you use to deliver messages." I looked straight at her. "I accept being amputated." The torture room. Hell begins. The iron door groaned open. The air was cold like a morgue. On the table, a pack of Camel cigarettes and 2 steaming cups of coffee. The major American sat across from me, voice calm as if offering a contract. "You know you are Nguyen Van Thorn. Admit it, and you'll get the rank of lieutenant colonel." I answered sharply, "No, I am Han, a deserter." A wave of his hand. 3 Americans, 2 South Koreans pinned me to the cold steel table. 6 amputations. First, the prelude to hell. They pinned my foot. A Korean soldier grabbed my smallest toe and snapped it back. Crack! The bone broke with a sharp sound. Pain shot up my spine like lightning. I bit my lip until blood flowed, refusing to scream. They broke each of my toes, one by one. The smell of blood mixed with sweat and cold steel. Then came the saw. Steel teeth grinding through bone with a dry, splintering sound. Warm blood gushed onto the table. The American doctor asked, "We'll stop if you talk." I spat blood. "I have nothing to say." Second, at the ankle. White surgical lights. The saw soaked in disinfectant, its chemical stench burning my nose. The American officer stood with folded arms. "This is your last chance to keep your knees." I said, "Do it." The saw bit into bone. Each pole sent a current into my spine. I stared at the ceiling, refusing to give them even a frown. Third, near the knee. They deliberately took their time, sharpening the saw for long minutes so the screech of metal would cut into my nerves. The soldier leaned close. "Confess, it will all end." I chuckled lightly. "I am Han, a deserter." When the blade sank into my bone, blood pulsed out with each heartbeat. My sweat soaked my shirt, but my eyes fixed on an image far away, a red flag flying over my homeland. Fourth, almost the thigh. The American officer spoke slowly. "You don't have much to lose." I replied, "I still have honor. You can't take that." The saw screamed. Each stroke shredded my nerves. They bandaged me, fed me fluids, only to torture me again. Fifth, a short stump. They cut little by little as if stretching the pain into eternity. The soldier sighed. "I don't understand. How can a man endure this?" I gasped. "You don't understand because you're not fighting for your homeland." Sixth, to the hip. The operating room reeked of antiseptic. Several American doctors stood around as if watching an experiment. One asked, "You'll die if you keep silent." I closed my eyes. "If I die keeping the secret, I'm ready." The saw tore into my pelvis. The pain exploded in my mind. Darkness swallowed me. 3 days later, I awoke. Below my waist, nothing. The American officer stared at me for a long time. "You are truly made of steel. We have lost." Years of continued resistance. They sent me to Ho Nai, then Con Dao prison. Even there, I wrote leaflets, fought back. Once they locked me in a steel drum for 3 months, a punishment that kills most in 15 days. Yet I lived. In 1973, after the Paris Peace Accords, I returned. My body was broken, but my will was whole. In 1978, I was awarded the title Hero of the People's Armed Forces. More than 40 years later, I still roll my wheelchair to visit comrades, still tell my story so the young know that today's freedom was bought with the blood and bones of the unyielding.